Maggie Smith, Helen Mirren, and Judi Dench are pretty much the holy trinity of British actresses. You cannot beat those three British actresses. They are the biggest and hottest British actresses in the world, and in the last several decades, too. My favorite is Judi Dench. In 1997, she did this movie called. There's this small British film, well, kind of small. It's a kind of a forgotten film. It's called Mrs. Brown, where she plays Queen Victoria. She later reprised her role as Queen Victoria in the sequel to it called Victoria and Abdul. That wasn't a bad film, but Mrs. Brown from 1997 is a wonderful film. It stars her and Billy Connolly. And Judi Dench gave what is possibly the best performance of 1997 with it. She unfairly lost the Best Lead Actress Oscar win to Helen Hunt that year, only because Helen Hunt was the only American out of the 5 nominees. And again, as good as it gets, the movie that Helen Hunt did, better than Mrs. Brown, but you know, Mrs. Brown, the performance by Judi Dench is better. So the movie, it's not a biopic of Queen Victoria. It's just about Queen Victoria and this and her servants named John Brown. John Brown is played by Billy Connolly, and deals with Queen Victoria, who's been depressed for a few years, ever since the death of her longtime husband. And this old acquaintance of hers and good friend of her husband's, named John Brown, comes to the castle to be one of the newest servants, and his specialty is equestrian stuff. And he is kind of a rule breaker, and he is pretty much the only one that is able to get the queen out of her state, out of her melancholy state. And a lot of people really don't like Mr. Brown, but the queen really falls for him. This isn't really much of a romance film, because watching this, it's mostly a platonic relationship that blooms between both Brown and Queen Victoria. And the performance by Billy Connolly, it is a really good one. Usually when you think of Billy Connolly, you think of comedy stuff, but this one, full-blown serious film, and he's wonderful in this. Judi Dench, she has tremendous range in here, and but it's mostly one of those calm, subdued performances where she's really trying to hold everything together and fight back the tears. And yeah, I think that this is one of the best calm and subdued performances I've ever seen, male or female. Yeah, the movie, it's I wouldn't say it's quite a masterpiece, but this is still a massive, charming picture. And as I said, it's most of the performance by Judi Dench. Of course, Billy Connolly also does a great performance, but yeah, it's mostly by Judi Dench that makes this film really stand out. But yeah, everything else that this movie has going for it, also good stuff. I'm going to give Mrs. Brown from 1997 3 stars out of 4. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll definitely be posting more things in the next couple of days. Have a good day, folks.